Alright guys, in this video we're going to talk about, can you use Windex? That doesn't taste good. Give me a minute.
Like this and like that and like this and like this. Like this.
Let's try that again. Can we debunk the old myth, can you use Windex to clean the glass of your aquariums? Versus the aquarium glass cleaners. API makes a nice aquarium glass cleaner. Fritz makes a nice aquarium glass cleaner. But over the years, people said Windex is dangerous. You should not use it near your fish tank. Let's talk about it. Let's jump right into this subject because the results might surprise you. What's that red mark? Is Windex not good for your skin? Is something going to happen to me? Anyways, this is a video I wanted to touch on for a while. There is some videos out on it. I think Dan over at Everyday Fish Keeping had an awesome video about it, very well in depth and detail. One of the things they say that's bad about Windex to use, the main reason why they say you shouldn't use Windex to clean the glass in your aquarium is because there's ammonia in it. But if you actually look at how much ammonia is actually in it, it's negligible at best. So even if you was to overspray and a little bit went in your water, it's not going to be enough ammonia to harm your fish. Now, when you're talking about the glass cleaners that they make for actual aquariums, I've used the API stuff in the past. It does a nice job, but the bottles are so small, you don't get a lot of cleanings out of it. And the same thing can be said for the Fritz glass cleaner. It does a good job. It leaves a nice coating on the glass to help prevent grime buildup and things getting stuck to it. As we all know in the aquarium fish keeping hobby, stuff just magically appears on the front of your glass and we don't know where it comes from. But we can wipe it right off, right? So I just got done with my water changes this month and I'm going to take you around. You can kind of see on my 125 gallon goldfish tank here, that nice glare on there. All of them are like that. I used Windex. Windex is a very, very good product. It does a really good job. And in my opinion, does a better job than even the aquarium cleaners like Fritz and API. And Windex does leave a coating on your glass as well. It says it right on the bottle. You also want to make sure you're just using regular classic Windex. And I find it does a fantastic job. Let me talk to you about what I was doing prior, before I actually got a Windex bottle and started using it. So prior to this, what I was doing is I got a spray bottle. You can get these anywhere. And I was doing a 50-50 mix of white vinegar and water. And that's what I've done. This is a good DIY, cheap way to make a glass cleaner. It's also great for cleaning hard calcium deposits off your glass tops and things like that as well. And I used this for a long time. Some people don't like the smell of vinegar. I kind of enjoy it. And if you have other animals in the house, say like birds that are more sensitive to fumes and stuff, or vapors, this is a great thing to use as well because it's all natural. And actually, man, if you get a little bit of this in your aquarium, it's not a big deal. The only thing that vinegar may do to your tank is raise the pH a little bit. Not a big deal. But it's diluted 50-50, so that probably won't even happen anyways. Now, I want to talk a little bit about cost on all these products. Now, all depending on the size of bottle you get. When you compare Windex to Fritz's glass cleaner and API glasses cleaner, if you want to save money for a product that's going to work every time for you and give you fantastic results, Windex is by far the cheaper option. Not only because it's cheaper to buy in the store, but it also, you get a lot more of it. If you go and get the normal regular sized Fritz API bottle, that thing's $7 to $8 depending on where you buy it. The API glass cleaner, same thing, $7 to $8 for a lot less product. So now I want to go into talking about the vinegar water mix for cleaning your glass. Obviously that's going to be even a cheaper option yet because vinegar is not expensive to buy. and you can put as much as you want and the biggest balls you want. It's going to last you a long time. But the downsides of using the vinegar water mix is that it does not have that, it doesn't add that sheen on your tanks, and it does not repel. It doesn't keep smudges off. It doesn't make things easier to slide. When you're talking about the Fritz glass cleaner and the API glass cleaner, one of the selling features of these products is when you're done, it protects the glass from smudging. Windex will do the same thing. But an upside of the aquarium glass cleaners is, like, if you want to take your magnetic algae scraper across and clean it, it allows them to ride smoother on the glass because it reduces friction. You're not going to see that as much with your Windex. So you got to take all these things into consideration. If you want to keep your aquarium glass clean, there's a lot of things to take in mind, and it all depends on your opinion and how you feel about them. You got to think about cost. You got to think about if you don't want to use the ammonia, the little bit of ammonia that's in Windex around your fish tanks, which I was one of those people. For years I refused to use Windex because I heard that. But then I started doing my research. Before I made this video, I've been researching this Windex thing for a long while. I came across videos such as Dan over at Everyday's Fish Keeping. He does a little bit more in detail video. Like I said, he actually breaks down what's in the Windex and actually uses his test kit to test to see how much ammonia is in it versus what size tank you're dealing with as far as gallons of water, if some accidentally got in there. But an easy way to combat that, if you want to go with Windex, the cheaper option that does a really good cleaning job, take your rag, spray it on the rag away from your tanks, and then come over and wipe it down. Very simple. Going forward, I have been using Windex because I love the much better job it does on my glass to keep your tanks looking great. So I got one more thing to talk about this subject, so don't go anywhere. What you use to apply and remove these products plays a factor in this subject as well. Most people are going to use paper towels. Paper towels do well wiping them down. Microfiber cloths, I have those and I've been using them and I find them to work really well. They also help reduce streaking. Although I have yet to see a problem with Windex leaving streaks. A lot of people say it leaves streaks. I'm not seeing it. Just like I didn't see it using the vinegar water mix. Just like I didn't see it using the aquarium cleaners. But a while back I contacted Flipper. We all know Flipper. They're the algae scraper kings, the magnetic kings. And they did send me a few products. I have a video on these channels. You can go back and check these out. I'll link it up here so you can check out what they sent me. But one of those things they sent me was the Flipper mitt. On this side you have like a it's like a microfiber terry cloth. So when you spray on your cleaner, you do this end, and when it's wiped off, what I like about the mitt is you just grab the wristband, flip it to the other side like this, and this is kind of like how I compare it to a clay bar for when you're cleaning your car. It grabs a little bit more, so when you rub it against your glass, anything that's stuck or impurities in the glass, this is going to pull it out, and it really leaves a nice sheen on the glass. So you need to take and consider when you're using any of these products what you're going to use to clean it with. There's lots of options, and some do better than others. The problem is with paper towels, they always leave the dust particles behind on the glass, and then you're re-wiping it. Obviously with a product like this and a product like microfiber cloths that you can get really cheap in the store as well, they don't do that. Now it depends on which one you get. Some of those microfiber cloths get snagged on things and can leave some particles behind, but not like paper towels do. But I am really impressed with this mitt. It does a good job. They sent me 2 of these because it comes in a 2-pack. But check that video out. You can see all about those products they sent me on there. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to talk a little bit about, is it safe to use Windex versus the other cleaners? And in my opinion, yes, it is 100% safe to use Windex on your glass. Now, do you want to sit there and be spraying it right on the glass? Some people do. That I don't do. I spray it away like I showed you and then bring it over to the tank. Obviously, with those other aquarium products, you don't really have to worry about that, but I've been talking to old school fish keepers that have been using Windex for years with no problems. And if you're not dumping it directly in the tank, you're not going to have an issue. So if you want to use Windex, it's your choice what product you want to use. But at the end of the day, I like to run my fish room as efficient and cheap as possible. And Windex definitely is going to get you there. The vinegar water mix is definitely going to get you there. Those aquarium products are nice, those glass cleaners, but they are more on the expensive side. If you wanted to buy a bottle of Fritz or API's glass cleaner, the size you can get in a Windex bottle, you're going to see a pretty nice price tag on them. And as a matter of fact, if you get online and look it up, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you thought about the video. Leave your comments below. Let me know if you use Windex or if you're afraid of it, what your favorite glass cleaner is. And you have a good, safe rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next video.